Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, staff and everybody. Welcome to the Code Board meeting of March 6, 2013. If you will, please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Could we have the roll call, please, of the Code Enforcement Board members?
Mrs. Monahan? Mr. Fogg?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hoffman?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Murdoch?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Curry?
Yes, ma'am.
Could we have the approval of the minutes of February 6th, please, if there's not any questions?
Make a motion to approve.
Okay. Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Could we have swearing in of the staff members, please?
Please state your name for the record.
Your name?
Carl Peterson.
Daniel Williams.
Monica Vargas Barrios.
Melissa Brubaker.
Dan Roseberry.
Lynn Swartzel.
You
Okay.
come to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the meeting. Glad to have you here. Okay, the consent agenda. If there's not anything on the consent agenda for the board, we need a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thanks, Mr. Curry.
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, if you'll bear with us, we have a fairly heavy agenda, but we'll try to get through it as quickly as we can. Just bear with us, and we'll do our best. On number one, there's a scripters error on the top. It says March 8, 2013. It should be April 5th, 2013, I'm sorry. And then and this is violation hearing continued from October 3rd meeting, case number 74384, location of violation 181 Southeast Castana Court, Port St. Lucie, John Planker. Mr. Planker here. Okay, number 2 has been abated, number 3 has been abated, number 4, case number 74403, location of violation 311 Real Mar Drive, property owner SunTrust. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, section 1309, that would be the second section down on this, has been abated. Location of violation is 620 Coconut Avenue, JP side.
Just, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Just for the record, 1309, Article 30201, is that the one you're referring to?
13-0900.
Yes.
Yes, but there's 2 of them.
Excuse me. You're correct. It's Article 302.01, but since Mr. Singh is not here, I'd like to remove that case.
Okay. Okay, 73493 has been removed. Number 6 has been abated. Number 7, case number 73254, location of violation 5116 Myrtle Drive, Sheila Cran. That's been abated? No. Okay, I'm sorry. Number 8, 73646, location of violation 113 Prima Vista Boulevard, Port St. Lucie, AutoZone Stores Incorporated. Okay, would you please come forward, please, to the podium? Please state your name, your address.
My name is Curtis Flake. Address is 737 Pleasant Woods Drive, Marion, Arkansas.
Okay, sir, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, sir, if you'll just bear with us, we're going to hear from Melissa Brubaker, and then we'll speak with you. Yes, ma'am.
For the record, I am submitting a letter to AutoZone from the county engineer and 8 photos. 1 photo dated August 24th, 2012, 2 dated August 28th, 2012, 3 dated February 20th, 2013, and 2 dated March 5th, 2013. During my first inspection, I found AutoZone in violation of 7.07.08, failure to maintain stormwater management system to repair the damage to the drainage. I issued a letter and gave a compliance date of January 31st, 2013. Staff has had contact with the representatives and discussed the ways to correct the violation. The engineering staff is also here to answer any questions you may have, and as of March 5th, 2013, the property remains in violation.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sir, are you in violation or are you not?
Yes, we are.
Okay, very good. Will you please explain?
We've had some problems trying to we've asked the engineers to meet us on site a couple of times. We looked at some alternate solutions that they had. We've got a big concrete mat on a drainage ditch there that we wanted to do a solid slab on. We had those guys come out, and that was not an option that they allowed us to do. So now we've got to get the concrete mat, which has been a problem. It's about a $30,000 mat that we've only found like one manufacturer for. So we've had some problems getting prices on it, but we do have prices all in now, and we do have a purchase order that is approved by our officers of the company to proceed with the work.
Okay, very good. So you're diligently working on this. Is staff happy with what's going on at this time? Is the engineering department such as that, are they fine?
I think a representative from the engineering department is coming up.
Okay, that'll be great. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and board members. For the record, Mike Powley, County Engineer. I can confirm that we've been in discussions with this individual. Good morning, ma'am. I didn't realize you were up there. We have been in consultation with the applicant. They are diligently working. They have suffered some delays. I'm all for giving them every opportunity to correct that. I would only ask that they commit to a time certain to us today.
Okay, very good. Do you have a problem with that, sir?
No, sir. The only thing is we did submit permits on Monday, and I'm not sure how long that process takes to get those permits.
Okay, Mr. Curry?
This is the brand-new AutoZone? Yes. I mean, that's seems, was it a bad design to begin with, or what caused this? I mean,
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Bradley, or Mr. Curry, they suffered badly during Tropical Storm Isaac. It appears, although I was not on site during the damage, it appears their retention pond overflowed and eroded the bank in the north part of the property. They outfall into our Verada ditch. In addition, it eroded badly their site as well as the frontage on Prima Vista. You'll see in the picture, I think it's a sidewalk that's just hanging in the air.
Okay. Is there any other questions from the board? Anybody else? Then we're looking for a time frame wise. What are we looking at here, do you think, sir?
Mr. Chairman, if this were an engineering project, I think it would take at least 30 days, possibly 60, to complete this work.
Okay. All right. Is 90 out of the question? Would that make it easier? Or?
I'm all for giving them every opportunity to correct this. That's really our first choice, is to get this corrected.
Right. Okay. Sir, do you think that would work for you folks?
As soon as we can get once the permits are finalized, our contractor says he can be finished with the job in about 2 to 3 weeks.
He could. Okay. All right. If there's no question from the board, I think we're looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 73646 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony and the recommendation of staff with regards to the existence of the violation, we determine the violation in fact did occur and the alleged violator committed the violation. An order of enforcement is warranted. If the order of enforcement is not complied with by June 7th, 2013, a fine of up to $250 per day may be imposed. A cost of $200 has been imposed as a cost for prosecuting this case. Please take notice that on the first Wednesday of the month after the date given for compliance, at 9 a.m. or soon thereafter as may be heard. A fine hearing will be held if the violation is not abated by the given compliance date.
Okay, there is a motion on the floor. To hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Mr. Murdoch. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, you have till June 7th.
June 7th.
Okay, Engineering Department, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, somebody has their phone on this morning, I guess. Me?
To you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry I'm late.
No,
It was all traffic.
Yes, we understand about traffic, don't we?
And rain.
Yes. Number 9, case number 74043, location of violation 5209 Sunset Boulevard, Julia Miller. Number 10 has been removed. Number 11 has been abated. Number 12 has been removed. Number 13 has been abated. We're on number 14. Case number 72583, location of violation, lot next to 2313 North 43rd Street, SSDB LLC. I presume that's a bank. Okay, number 15 has been removed. Number 16, case number 74194, location of violation 241 Jenkins Road, Johnny F. Douglas. Morning, sir.
Morning.
Please state your name and address.
Johnny Franklin Douglas, 241 South Jenkins Road.
Okay, would you be sworn in, please?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Okay, sir, if you'll bear with us, and also when you're talking, make sure you speak into the microphone, okay? Danielle Williams, please.
For the record, I'm submitting 2 photos dated February 22nd, 2013, and 4 photos dated March 4, 2013. After receiving the complaint, I found the property in violation of Section 3.01.03J, RS4 Residential Single Family, and Section 7.10.03 Animal in a Residential District for having horses in a residential zone, Section 1-9-32D Public Nuisance for having excessive overgrowth of grass and weeds, and Section 13.09.00 Exterior Property Maintenance Code, Article 302.7 Accessory Structures for having a structurally unsound building. On December 22, 2012, I issued a notice of violation letter and gave a compliance date of January 10, 2013. After getting no compliance, I issued a notice to appear letter for today's meeting. The letter was sent via certified mail. The letter was signed on January 18, 2013 by Mr. Douglas. As of March 4, 2013, the property is still in violation.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Douglas, are you in violation or are you not?
Your Honor, Mr. Fogg,
Mr. Chairman, Mr. whatever.
Mr. Chairman, I really don't believe so. I mean, I got some violations on the building. I see the building is not in great shape. You can see that. But I did work on that building yesterday. I did put an all-new roof on that building yesterday. I've been living at this residence since 1956.
Okay, what's your zoning
And
there?
it has been Ag 1.
Agricultural 1 acre? AR1?
AR1.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, according to the zoning, the property is residential. And I went back all the way to the 80s, and it was residential back in the 80s.
I've got it back to 1821 that says it's agriculture. And this is the abstract deed that my father received when he bought it in 1956.
Okay.
And Area 39 was turned over and declared agriculture.
Okay. Let me, I think I can explain a little bit, and then I'll probably have to go to staff. But over the years, property lines and such as that are updated, and you have something that goes way, way back. And if I'm not mistaken, Catherine, have there not been updates on properties around the county where they have to go and reconfirm that it is still agricultural?
Mr. Chairman, I'm not sure what you're asking, but yeah, over time, obviously, zonings can change, and it could have started out agriculture. We can go back to the 80s to show that it's residential. And if he'd had the horses before, they would have been grandfathered in, but you don't get new horses, just the ones that are there.
Right.
So from looking at these horses, we do not presume them to be older than the 1980s we can go back to.
You're saying they're not 30 years old or so?
They do not appear to be that from what we can see. So these would not be, even if that was to apply.
Then,
If
I have a question, excuse me, sir. I just have a question from that, only because in zoning, I used to have some zoning things like that too, with horses and such as that, and back in the 70s and that. So if the zoning changed, if you tried to change the zoning, I know that we had to go down and sign something to keep it current, keep it active as a agricultural zoning, and we could keep our horses. Is that not correct?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
If Mr. Douglas can show me that back in the 50s it was ag, and he never sold it, his use continue. But once he sells the property, then the use is changed. I've never had no contact with Mr. Douglas, so if he has paperwork showing that it was ag back then yes, he can keep his horses, because he is somewhat grandfathered in.
Thank you. In 99, 2000, I purchased a license for a game fowl farm at 241 South Jenkins Road. A game fowl farm is agriculture.
Was it issued to you?
Yes, sir, it was, by Mr. Albert Sorrell of this. He's now retired from here, but Albert Sorrell was the person that served me and did back research and see that I could have that game fowl farm at 241 South Jenkins Road.
Okay.
And let me say this. I've always had horses there. I've got kids 38 years old. I started buying them ponies when they was 4. I had horses there. I had cows there. We had chickens, hogs. We had everything there. Okay? And it's always been used for that purpose, sir.
Okay. Let's do this. Then I think that you've explained yourself enough, and as Ms. Danielle has said, Ms. Williams has said that there's a possibility. Maybe you just need to get back with staff and talk to them and see where we're at.
Could I say one thing? I did speak with Mr. Pruitt. Mr. Pruitt did research it for me, and he came back and told me, yes, Johnny, you are grandfathered in, and you can keep your horses. And he said, about the buildings, Johnny,
Clean them up.
get the buildings straightened out,
Yeah.
okay? And I'm doing that to the best of my ability, and
Okay.
he did
All right.
tell me that I did not have to acquire a permit because I was zoned ag.
Okay. So what will go forward here, does anybody on the board have any questions?
Yeah, what's the size of this lot that we're talking
It's,
about here?
total land is 1.27 acres, sir.
How large?
1.27 acres.
1.27 acres.
Law requires half acre for a horse.
But you got to be zoned agricultural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Staff would suggest if the board is willing to just continue this so we can see his documents as we haven't seen them, and if we can verify it, then we'll remove it, and if we can't,
Okay.
then we'll have the hearing next month.
Okay, all right, very good. So we're looking for a motion to a continuance of this?
Mr. Chairman, I hereby move that we continue case number 74194 until the April 3rd, 2013 board meeting.
Okay, there was a motion. To hear a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Curry. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, we're gonna go ahead and review it, and thank you for coming before us today, and we'll see how we can help you out.
Okay.
He needs to meet with Ms. Williams.
Yes, this lady right here, there's a lady back here that you need to speak with,
And Ms. Williams.
and Miss Williams.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Williams, you can get with later. This lady wants to see you on the way out, I believe.
I appreciate all your time. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Okay, number 17, case number 74243, location violation 4051 South US 1, Jerome Enterprises Incorporated. Number 18, case number 74720, location of violation Oakland Lake Circle, Oakland Lake Estates, HOA. Number 19, case number 74743, Oakland Lake Circle, Track A, Oakland Lake Estates, HOA. We have a few. 20, case number 74741, 5300, Oakland Lake Circle, Oakland Lake Estates, HOA. Okay, number 21 has been abated. Number 22 has been removed. Number 23 has been abated. Number 24, case number 73540, 7604 Conkina Avenue, Wells Fargo Bank. Okay, number 25 has been abated. Number 26 has been removed. 27 has been abated. 28 has been abated. We're working on number 29, 71449. Location of violation 2603 Royal Street, Michael D. Sisco. Number 30 has been abated. Number 31's been removed. Number 32, case number 72701, 1715 York Court, Fort Pierce, Florida, David J. Smart. 33 has been abated. 34 has been abated. 35 and 36 have been abated. We're on number 37, case number 72311, location of violation 10701 South Ocean Drive, Robert Delaney. Yes, sir. Please state your name and address, sir, and speak into the microphone, and you can then be sworn in.
My name is Rick Smith. I live at 1017 Southeast Proctor Lane, Port St. Lucie, Florida. I'm representing Robert Delaney. I have a signed note that has been notarized saying that I can, because he can't get down.
Okay, would you please raise your right hand first and be sworn in?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, do we need to see that affidavit, Ms. Barrows?
No,
Or Ms. Smith? Pardon me?
no, sir. They're allowed to send representatives.
Okay, all right, very good. If you'll bear with us, sir, we're going to hear from Ms. Barrows, and then we'll speak with you, okay? Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
For the record, I am submitting 7 photos, 4 dated April 16, 2012, and 3 dated February 22, 2013. On April 27, 2012, a notice of violation was sent to Robert Delaney, the owner of 10701 South Ocean Drive, Lot 722, to please obtain a permit for the renovation, siding, etc., including new windows, done without a permit. On May 30, 2012, staff received a letter from Mr. Delaney stating he won't be back in town until December. An extension was granted until December 31, 2012. On January 22, 2013, a notice to appear was sent as staff has not heard any more communication from the owner. On February 22, 2013, the property was posted. On February 28, 2013, the representative for the owner came in to try and apply for the permit, but did not have all the information required. I also received a letter from the owner authorizing Mr. Richard Smith to speak on his behalf at the board meeting. As of March 5, 2013, the property remains without a permit. This is in violation of St. Lucie County Land Development Code 11.05.01, building and sign permits. Staff has been working on this case for 11 months, and after getting no compliance, staff has brought this case before the Code Enforcement Board.
Okay, thank you very much. Sir, are you in violation, or excuse me, is Mr. Delaney in violation or is he not?
He is at the moment. I have, I hope, the necessary paperwork to get the permit. And if that goes through, I wouldn't be in violation, he wouldn't be in violation. But as we speak now, he is in violation. until we get the permit passed.
Okay, so the permitting, everything that you have with you now, you think will get through. For some reason, if there's a mistake or if there's something not correct there, then it will not go through. We've already had this for 11 months, and sometimes we get a little impatient. I'm sure you can understand, and only because you don't live here all the time doesn't mean that the county still doesn't have to put up with.
I understand.
You understand that? So, I don't know, does anybody from the board have any questions? If not, I guess that, the only thing that we can do here, when are you going to go when did you get the permit? I mean, when did you get the paperwork to present to? You just got it today?
Yesterday.
You just got it yesterday?
Yeah, 2 days ago, actually. I came in on, what did you say, Monica?
The 28th.
And applied, and I didn't have the paperwork. I'm pretty sure that I have the necessary paperwork. This is a new thing to me, and
did you do the construction work, or you're just a friend helping out?
I'm just a friend helping out. And I see on one of those pictures, if you can go back where it says that one right there, you can see hardy plank on the bottom. That was just put up to cover. When Monica came, we were wide open. We had to close the place up. That board has been removed and now has 3/4-inch pressure-treated plywood.
Okay, but is that side that side is completed, right? There are other pictures?
Now it's completed, yes. See, that's completed there.
Okay, so I have a question. I'm going back here. This was in April. Was this all done in April or since April? Do we know?
When I went out there, they were, like he said, he had that other piece on the screen room, and then he left. I don't know when it was completed, but when
then even though at that time you had gone ahead and put him in a violation,
mm-hmm.
Did you put a stop work order or something?
No, they were pretty much done. They were just that little piece, and
Okay. I guess my question and what I'm trying to think is that even though we tried to say, hey, you got to wait here a minute and get this done,
mm-hmm.
and they just went on blatantly and did it and not caring about us, that's all.
Right, they had to cover it because, like he said, they were wide open, so they had to put some type of covering on.
Okay. All right. Any questions from the rest of the board? If not, I guess we're looking for a motion. We're talking, 30 days? It's been 11 months. I mean, how long can this be done in 30 days?
How long does it take to get the permit? Again, I don't know. I'm sure that I have the necessary paperwork, but again, it's a new thing to me. I'm not sure if I've got everything.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir, Mr. Perry.
you guys have to have a contractor to submit this permit. You can't submit the permit. You have to have a contractor. Is that correct? Staff?
Hello?
Well,
Yes.
Does Mr. Delaney live there?
well, he's out of town right now, but I don't know if permitting is going to allow a notarized document for him to pull the permit.
I've got all of the information from Mr. Delaney for the application. I've got it notarized.
If he's got a power of
You have to have
attorney, they
plans.
pretty much have to.
You
don't
can't just
they?
submit a permit. Don't you have to have plans to show what you did and make sure that it meets the code requirements and everything else? I mean,
That's what
That's what
I've got now that I'm pretty sure will pass. I've got the engineer's documents on how the window's supposed to be put in, how the door is supposed to be put in, et cetera.
But as Mr. Curry said, it takes a contractor, I believe, to do that.
you can do it as an owner, I think.
Owner builder.
Is the owner builder?
POA would cover that, I would think.
Okay, then I guess we're just looking for time, then I guess, 30, 60 days or something, to hopefully it gets done? After that time, just
30 days is tough to get through. I mean, no offense
Yeah,
to the
it
building
is.
department, but
60 days?
How about June the 1st?
Okay, we're looking for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you, Ray.
I hereby move in reference to case number 72311 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, the testimony, and the recommendations of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the violation in fact did occur and the alleged violator committed the violation. An order of enforcement is warranted. If the order of enforcement is not complied with by May 3rd, a fine of up to $250 per day may be imposed. A cost of $200 has been imposed as the cost for prosecuting this case. Please take notice that on the first Wednesday of the month after the date given for compliance at 9 a.m. or soon thereafter as may be heard, a fine hearing will be held if the violation is not abated by the given compliance date.
Okay, before I hear a second, I'm going to call a question on the motion. Is there any question from board? Okay, if not, I'm asking for a second.
A second.
A second, okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, you have till May 3rd.
Now, you said a $200 fine. When is that paid, or do they?
Right over there. See that lady right over there?
Okay.
Holding her hand up? She'd love to talk to you.
Mr. Smith, if you get close to that May the 3rd deadline and you're not getting anywhere, talk to staff and make sure we get an extension on that.
Thank you.
So if you need more time.
Thank you very much.
Don't leave us out of the loop,
No.
okay?
Okay,
Thank you very much. Okay, number 38 is abated. Number 39 is removed. Number 40. Case number 73169, location of violation 2807 Placid Avenue, Christie Woods. And on that, the first section 1-9-19 has been abated. Christie Wood, is she here? Okay, that is the end of the violation hearings. Mr. Hoffman, if you would, please.
Okay. I'll read the default cases, no-shows.
Yes.
Case number 74384, location of violation 181 Southeast Castana Court, Port St. Lucie, Florida. Property owner John Planker. Case number 74403, location of violation 311 Ryamar Drive, Port St. Lucie, Florida. Property owner Sun Trust. Case number 74043, location of violation 5209 Sunset Boulevard, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Julian Miller.
I'll see that one.
Case number 72583, location of violation, lot next to 2313 North 43rd Street, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner SSDB LLC. Case number 74243, location of violation 4051 South US 1, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Sermon Enterprises Incorporated. Case number 74720, location of violation Oakland Lake Circle, Track 8H, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Oakland Lakes Estate, HOA. Case number 74743, location of violation Oakland Lake Circle, Track A, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Oakland Lakes Estate, HOA. Case number 74741, location of violation 5300 Oakland Lake Circle, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Oakland Lakes Estate, HOA. Case number 73540, location of violation 7604 Coquina Avenue, Fort Pierce. Mortgage holder Wells Fargo Bank. Case number 71449, location of violation 2603 Raleigh Street, Fort Pierce. Property owner Michael D. Sesko. Case number 72701, location of violations, 1715 York Court, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner David J. Smart. Case number 73169, location of violation, 2807 Placid Avenue, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Christy Woods. That concludes the default.
Thank you, Mr. Huffman. Have the halls been sounded?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, and maybe, I was just going to point out, case that's number 7 on the agenda.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure that was read into the record. Part of it was abated, but my agenda shows it wasn't all completely abated.
Let me see here. Let's go to 7.
7, that would be 73254.
That's right.
I'm not sure that was read into the record. I don't believe it was
Okay.
for a default.
A default. Can you do that, Mr. Huffman, please?
Okay, I thought the fact that it was abated didn't have to be read in.
Only one
Well,
section.
one section was, if you notice,
Oh,
they have the
I
cross, that is confusing when you look at it, but if you notice,
Oh, I thought
section
the one was abated.
1.9.19 was abated, but apparently not 11.0501.
Oh, okay. All right, adding case number 73254, location of violation, 5116 Myrtle Drive, Fort Pierce, Florida. Property owner Sheila Cran.
Okay, very good. Now, have the halls been sounded?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the halls have been sounded.
Okay, we're looking for a motion for default, please.
I have a motion.
Yes, sir, Mr. Taylor.
I hereby move in reference to cases read into the record that the Code Enforcement Board enter an order finding these alleged violators are in default as it did not appear to protest the violations against them, and that the Board adopt the recommendations of staff as set forth on the agenda.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Curry, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, we're going right into fine hearings. This is, number 1 is continued from February 6, 2013. Case number 72046, 1351 Nettles Boulevard, Jensen Beach, Vivian D. Chavez. Yes, please step forward. Would you please state your name and address, ma'am?
Vivian D. Jarvis, 6000 South Dixie Highway.
Okay, very good. Would you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Is that South Dixie Highway in Fort Pierce?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. So, Ms. Barros?
For the record, I am resubmitting 3 photos, 2 dated March 21st, 2012, and 1 dated November 2nd, 2012. This case was brought before the February 6, 2012 fine hearing, and the board continued the case, and the owner was present at the meeting. This case was brought before the November 7, 2012 violation hearing and was found in violation of St. Lucie County Land Development Code 11.05.01 Building and Sign Permits for not obtaining a permit for enclosing the screen porch and make it into a habitable space to include any electrical. On January 28, 2013, the permit was applied for, but it was on a pending status by the time the February 6, 2013 fine hearing took place. The board continued the case to allow the time for the permit to get issued. On February 22, 2013, the permit was issued. The case is now closed. The property was in violation for 77 days.
Okay, very good. So this is kind of something that has been taken care of.
Correct.
So it's a has-been.
Yes, the case has been closed since the 22nd of February.
Okay, all right. So then all we have here, we have a staff recommendation for the 77 days that this lady was in violation.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
the board gave her until December 8th to correct the violation. She corrected on February 22nd, so she was in violation for
77 days.
77 days. So it's up to the board if you're going to fine or no fine.
Okay, well, it went for a whole year without being corrected. Was there a particular reason for that, ma'am?
Well, I did what I was told to do. I got a contractor. He was trying to deal with the city here, trying to figure out what to be done. he was told we had to build it 11 foot up in the air. He went around and around. Finally, he fired me, and so I came back and I got a architect. And then I was told I need an engineer, so I got an engineer finally.
But the bottom line is everything is completed now and the county is happy?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I move there's no fine here. If it's happily done, let's move on.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, there was a motion.
Do you want me to formally read it?
Would you please do that, ma'am?
I hereby move in reference to case number 72046 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in this case, the testimony, and the report of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, that we determine the violations have been abated and no fine is imposed.
Second.
Second by Mr. Curry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, like sign. Okay, ma'am, you're done.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
for taking care of this.
Thanks.
Okay, number 2, case number 68270, location of violation 10701 South Ocean Drive, lot 686. Dennis Perrin. And Linda Porto.
My name is Dennis Perron, and I live at 10701 South Ocean Drive, Unit 686.
Okay, very good, sir. Will you please raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Barrows?
For the record, I am resubmitting 6 photos, 3 dated March 30th, 2011, 3 dated November 21st, 2012. This case was brought before the violation hearing on December 5th, 2012, and was found in violation of St. Lucie County Code and Compiles Laws, Land and Development Code 11.05.01, Building and Site Permit for not having a permit for the raised addition, deck, and stucco on the addition. The board gave until February 6, 2013 to bring the property into compliance. The permit was applied for on January 5, 2013. From the review notes from the zoning, the addition is not meeting the required 10-foot front setback, and the rear deck does not meet the Land Development Code requirements. A variance from the Board of Adjustment is required. On February 19, 2013, staff received an email from Kristen Tatsworth, Senior Planner with Planning and Development Services, stating a variance application was accepted and it is scheduled to go before the Board of Adjustments on March 27, 2013. Staff is requesting at least a 60-day extension to wait for the results.
Okay. So this started back in, this started 2 years ago.
Correct.
July 2 years ago. Okay. And staff would like 60 days, is that what you're saying?
Correct, yes. This is going before the Board of Adjustments, March 27th, for a variance.
Okay.
So, yes.
Once the variance is done, if the variance is accepted, then at that time, is it null and void? Is everything done?
No, he still have to complete the permitting process.
Okay, so, all right, sir. Can you tell us something? Do you have everything it takes to get a permit?
Yeah, well, I had some issues. They've asked me to have a survey with 2 parking spots that I did. They asked me to redo the energy calcs. That's what I did. So I'm presenting that to Mr. Johnson this morning. Everything that's on there has been done, and the only thing is the variance that should go through on March 27th. Sorry.
So can't we just continue this one?
Yeah, I think probably let's just do that.
Y'all want a motion?
Yeah, please.
Mr. Chairman, I move we continue this case number 68270 until the June 5th, 2013 Code Board meeting.
Okay, there's a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Taylor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, you have till June 5th.
Thank
Please make sure, it's taken 2 years to go through this. Shouldn't take that long. It should have been done in the beginning.
I know it started with, I got scammed by an engineer
Okay?
And anyway, so...
Stuff happens, we just have to protect our own, but, you know, the board gets a little excited after 2 years.
Since I came here the last time, about 2 months ago, I took charges of everything, and it's going on its way.
Okay.
It will be done.
June 5th.
We
Good
gave you
luck.
a few
It
more.
will be done.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, repeat violations in hearing, none. Referral to the Board of County Commissioners. How do we go forward? What do we do with these? Just Lynn Schwartzel, please, help us.
For the record, I'm submitting 3 photos dated March 4, 2013. This property has been in foreclosure for over 3 years, and we've received numerous complaints in regard to the overgrowth, which is in violation of 1-9-32. After receiving the complaints and staff visiting the property, we are asking the board to refer this case to the Board of County Commissioners.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Yes, sir.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75369 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of a violation, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of the conditions.
Second.
Second, Ms. Monahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Number 2 is abated. Number 3, case number 75401, location of violation, 818 Camino Street, Port St. Lucie, Florida. Jan K. Griesel, Estate. Melissa Brubaker.
For the record, I am submitting 3 photos. 1 photo dated February 11, 2013, and 2 dated March 4, 2013. 818 Camino Drive was cited for 1-9-32 overgrowth. This is an abandoned foreclosed home. There has been numerous neighbors' complaints about this property, and staff recommends this be referred to the Board of County Commissioners for abatement.
I'd like to make a motion.
Yes, sir, Mr. Curry.
I hereby move in reference to case number 75401 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. After hearing the facts in the case, the testimony, and the recommendation of staff with regard to the existence of violations, we determine the condition caused by the violation presents a serious threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, and staff is directed to notify the St. Lucie County Board of County Commissioners of these conditions.
Second.
Okay, second by Ms. Monahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay. So now we're going to, did I miss that? Number 3? Case number 7. Is that the one we just did?
That's the one we just did.
I'm sorry, I'm getting old, I guess.
We're moving to the fine reduction.
Okay, very good. Fine reductions. Case number 35994, location of violation 164 Solaz Avenue, Port St. Lucie. Fine reduction requested by RE/MAX. Is there somebody here representing? There is. Please state your name and address, sir.
My name is Tony Lopez. I live in 1659 Southeast Leonard Road.
Okay, you be sworn in, please.
Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth,
I do.
but nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, very good. Please tell us what you're trying to do, sir.
Well, I am here on behalf of the Wells Fargo, which is the seller of the property. This fine happened back in 2005. I'm sure you have records there. And the house was foreclosed last year, and there is a fine for about almost $13,000. The bank is willing to pay, a reasonable, fine, and that's why we are requesting $2,000 to go ahead and proceed with the closing. The property is being on the contract for about 3 months. The sales price $25,500, and we want to proceed forward.
What did it sell for?
$25,500. That's what it's on the contract right now, and we're just waiting to, the price reduction so we can go ahead and close the property and move forward.
Mm-hmm. Okay, does anybody on the board have any questions on this?
Well, it looks like it's been significantly cleaned up. Who painted it? Somebody, you had it painted?
No, I don't have an idea who did.
just been painted since this all went on.
Well, staff has a recommendation. This has been going since 2005, I believe, there's some cost involved to,
He was the previous owner.
and it, so I think it's up to the board. It was a 13,500 originally. We appreciate everything you did. We know what's happening here, and we know what's trying to happen, so we're looking,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
1 and 2 are companion cases. He's for both properties.
1 and 2 are
Yes.
companion cases?
Yes.
Case number 1 and case number,
We have 2 liens.
okay. Should I read number 2 into the, Jack, should I read number 2 in at this time?
Yes, and take any additional testimony from
Okay.
staff, and then entertain 2 separate motions.
Okay.
One's a repeat.
I'll go ahead. Number K, also, in addition to the number 1 case, number 2, case number 21871, location of violation 164 Solaz Avenue, Daisy Oliva. And this is also from RE/MAX section. And so the testimony we hear on one possibly could also be involved with the other one. Okay, now back to the first case, 35994. We're looking what the fine was and what the prosecuting was and what staff recommends.
I'm somewhat confused. I'm sorry.
Okay, please speak up.
We've got 2 violations. Correct me if I'm wrong. The second one is actually the first one. For an unserviceable vehicles parked at the property. Nobody showed up to work on it, and they got a $5,000 fine. Then you go back to the very first one here, which was actually a repeat violator, and that fine ran up to $10,350. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at $15,550 fine
All right.
total for both
Right.
situations, and you are asking that to go down to
2,000.
$2,000?
Correct.
Total for both?
Total, for
So
both.
$1,000 each?
No, each, for both.
2,000 for
For the
one,
whole thing,
2,000 for the other?
No, 2,000 for both of them.
He wants them both.
1,000 each?
Correct.
All right.
That's what he's requesting. And staff has in here what they're requesting.
Mm-hmm. And who is this Daisy Olivo? She was the former owner
Correct.
who they foreclosed on?
Correct.
And this happened about
We just
8
want to
years ago.
proceed with the closing.
Yeah.
Bank is willing to pay, a fair reduction, a fair fine, but it doesn't want to pay the 15,000. From the
I
price,
can
the sales price is 25.
Isn't it amazing how when you deal with banks, which way it goes, isn't it?
I just doing what they tell me to do.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I think staff needs to be, I think the board needs to be aware of what's happening here and do it.
Is this the only photo that we have of this establishment? It looks fairly cleaned up to me, but I don't know what's over there on the left.
This is as of the 4th. This is how it looks as of today. In your package should be the old photos.
I see the old ones. Yeah, there's a significant improvement.
Yeah.
And it's going to be renovated by the new owner. Hopefully, if we close the deal, it's going to be more work.
They're going to work on it yet more.
Yes, more.
Well,
As chairman, I would recommend that we would go with the staff's suggestion.
yeah.
I have a motion.
Yes, sir, Mr. Taylor.
I hereby move in reference to case number 35994 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $10,000 imposed by the Code Enforcement Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $2,500.
Okay.
That would be 10,350.
Well, it's
reduced by 75%.
Wait,
I'm sorry, Ms. Monahan, I don't see how you're getting the 10,350. I see the 10,000 plus the 125 for the prosecution costs.
Right.
Well, she just added
Oh,
up what the...
I'm sorry, I was reading the $350 per day
Okay.
as the prosecution cost. Where do you see the prosecution cost?
It's on this, on the actual agenda item.
Okay, but it's not on our
$10,000
packet.
and then a prosecution cost of...
I'm sorry, I was
Okay,
looking.
there's a motion on
wrong-
the floor. Continue, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you.
With no prosecution.
No reduction of prosecution cost.
Okay, then there's a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second?
Mr. Chairman, he did not finish that motion. Could he finish
I'm
the
sorry.
rest of that last paragraph?
Did you not
This
finish?
reduced fine must be paid within 30 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $10,000.
Okay, there was a
Mr.
motion
Chairman.
on the floor, second?
I have a couple questions about that. Is
Okay.
30 days enough? I mean, if we get this reduced to 2,500, are you going to be able to close in 30 days?
As a matter of fact, we got an extension at about the 15th of this month. We want to get it over.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Assistant County Attorney Catherine Barbier, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Is this a short sale then, or is
No, it's a foreclosed.
it's already been foreclosed? Okay.
That's what I do, REOs, foreclosures.
Okay, thank you.
We okay?
Yes, I was just wondering how, I mean, usually in foreclosure, we get wiped out, so somehow they didn't wipe out our liens, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
This came
You
out
know.
when they did the lien search. This is what it came out, and then,
Yeah.
but
Okay, all right, very good. So there is still a motion on the floor. Any other questions on the motion? Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Hoffman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, the number two, case number 21871, which was the companion case. We're looking for the same, something there. Staff's recommendation.
Have a motion?
Mr. Taylor?
I hereby move in reference to case number 21871 that the Code Enforcement Board make the following determination. The fine of $5,000 imposed by the Code Board is hereby reduced to the amount of $1,250. This reduced fine must be paid within 30 days of this hearing, or the fine will revert back to the original fine of $5,000.
Second.
Wait a minute, let's continue it.
And there's no additional cost or prosecution.
Okay, is that the complete?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, there's a second by Mr. Hoffman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Okay, sir, you, $37.50, I believe, is the total fine.
350.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Board, for,
Sorry, I was just blocked on that.
well, it's difficult when we get those, and we know those, and especially something like this that goes all the way back to 2005. You know, there's a lot of time and effort put involved in it by staff. So, anyway, gee, we got through pretty quick. What's going on here? That many, I didn't
We
think
still
we'd
have
do it.
more. We still have more.
No, we do?
Yeah, other
Oh,
business.
point President Professor Bateman, okay. Other business, staff business, PowerPoint presentation on properties abated by the county.
Mr. Chairman of the board,
Yes,
these are pictures, before and after pictures, to show you guys, these are properties that you guys referred to BOCC. I want to show you before and after pictures, so you have an idea of the work that we are doing.
okay. You trying to get a raise, or is this just,
No, this is good to see.
very good,
Yeah.
it's very nice to see, thank you.
Efforts paid off.
Yeah, very nice. Very good.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing, just a little bit of
It
care?
really is incredible.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
And we just sent county staff there to, county workers to,
No, we place a bid for contractors, and whoever have the lowest bid.
and
go
they
on
put it out.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to keep in mind, I think, as we look at these, is that evidently, you know, when people come before us and they want a reduction in fine, it's not just what we've done here or the staff has done there, but the outside contractors also.
Well, that's a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
I remember that one.
It really didn't take long in a subtropical climate for it to grow, does it?
Good job, Danielle.
Thank you.
And then they put a lien on the property for the amount of money that was spent to clean it up?
If it's not in foreclosure, yes, we do.
And then what happens when it grows back? We do it again?
Well, it has to go back to you guys to go back to the board.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Jeez.
Isn't that amazing?
And look at all the pepper trees we got rid of,
Yeah.
too.
Know it.
Very nice.
Very good.
What's the average cost on cleaning up one of those things that you're imposing?
If it's just grass, cut the grass between $200 to $300. Board it up. It ranges from $1,400, $1,800, $2,000. It all depends on how big the property is.
Because that just tells the property owner they should have done that early on, and isn't that expensive?
Yeah, that is true. And also, we have a new code enforcement officer, Mr. Edward Roseberry.
Welcome, sir.
Hello.
And I think one of the things that, as Chairman, I just wanted to mention, and I'm not to reiterate, I guess I am reiterating, is that when these people come before us, and I know sometimes you probably think, well, he's trying to see how much he can find them, and I'm not really trying to do that, but with the cost of staff having been out there, we understand you folks that just go out there and visit, but when you get into a year or two or three, in my mind, there should be reductions, because that's just the way it works. But what should that reduction be? And each individual case is different. But realizing something like this, where money is spent after the fact with contractors and people going out and cleaning it up. So I just think that's something we need to keep in our mind.
And that
Other
brings
than
up
that-
something into my mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this, the fact that the county hired someone to go clean that up, does that become a code enforcement lien, or is that like a county commission lien or something? I mean, I don't know that I want them coming back to us to request a reduction when the county has paid to do it. Does that make sense? I don't know who has put the lien on the property.
Ms. Monahan, Assistant County Attorney Catherine Barbieri, it is by statute that we're allowed to put the lien on the property. We haven't had one yet request a fine reduction. We would have to evaluate that to see where would be the proper board to bring that, because obviously the original order is from the code board, but then it goes to the Board of County Commission, who gives them permission to go on the property and do the act. So
that would require a little reach to.
We would have to look at it if we get a request like that.
So then if we get a fine reduction, such as she's asking, if we go with staff's recommendation, have they taken that into consideration, the staff's recommendation?
If you've got one right now with a fine reduction, it would be for the code enforcement lien part of it, not for the placement of the cleanup.
Because they
I
have
don't think we've had one for cleanup costs yet.
Because they have the
No.
code enforcement lien on it, and then they've come along and put another lien for cleaning it up.
More than likely, yes. They've had
Wow.
code enforcement action probably prior to us going this way.
Yeah, and, yeah.
Okay, so that's something we just have to be
Cross that
informed
bridge when
about?
we get to it,
Yeah,
yeah.
as it could be. Okay, public comments? Any?
One thing, private contractors are being contracted to do the cleanup?
Yes, that's
Okay, they've been paid?
Yes.
Okay.
the county did pay that.
We're good.
Monica
I
in
think
the
we ought to
back,
thank the
how did
county.
it sound from back there?
And I think we ought to thank the county Board of Commissioners for letting us proceed to get some of these cleaned up. We've got, what,
Oh, I think
12
so, yeah.
12 or 15 properties that are
They've
cleaned
done
up.
a really good job.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, if nothing else, we'll be adjourned at 10:04.
Good.